So let's get into it. Today, we're talking about something that a lot of people don't know a whole lot about, that is really affecting a lot of us, every single one of us. I mentioned it a little bit in one of the lives we had before, that in everybody on the planet right now, on average, you can collect enough plastic, microplastics in your system to make a credit card, a whole credit card. And we ain't made out of plastic. And nothing near us. Apparently there's some mushrooms that can break down plastic, and cockroaches are known to eat through plastic just to get to what's inside of it, though. Nothing eats plastic. And let me give you some history of how it is that plastic ended up all around us and how ubiquitous it is in our environment. It's more than just the actual plastic things that everything is made out of and our food is stored in. And it's actually, a byproduct created from the petroleum industry. I don't know if it's a byproduct at this point, but it created from the petroleum industry. So what happened was, back in the day when gas became really popular, let's say in the early 1900s, of course, in the refining process, there is a sludge that's created. So the scientists, the people who owned this petroleum industry went to some scientists and was like, what can we do with this sludge? Can we make money even off of this sludge? They're like, bet, let's try and figure it out. And out of the sludge, they were able, because it's pure carbon, basically, it can make and mimic almost anything in nature. So they made artificial colors, artificial flavors, artificial fragrances. They made preservatives, and almost anything when you use the word synthetic means that it's come from petroleum. So the thing is, when a human being ingests these petroleum chemicals, petroleum-derived chemicals, the body sees it and recognizes it as a hormone, specifically estrogen. The term of the hormone, write this down so please double check, triple check everything I'm saying. Please find this out. It's so worth it to know what's going on in your world, and that they don't really let you know all the way. The term that we're talking about, I want to spell xeno, meaning foreign. Okay, estrogens. I hope you can see xeno with the X, Xeno, estrogens. That is what these plastics are recognized as in our body, as estrogens. That it's a foreign estrogen, so that means it's kind of like estrogen on Frankenstein mode, on Hulk mode. It overpowers the body functions. What that looks like in our population is increased sexual reproductive imbalances. If you look at the CDC statistics on fibroid growth, PCOS, breast cancer, estrogen-dependent cancers, and estrogen-dependent tumors, it's going up the rates. So there's definitely a correlation. Not only does it create imbalances in the reproductive system chemically, for both men and women. We're talking about breast tumors in men as well. The emotional imbalances, the infertility. You can actually, with some of these chemicals, change certain animals from male to female. That's a big deal. If you look at random National Geographic or Time magazine pictures of the population 50 years ago, even just 50 years ago, 60, 70 years ago, of a population at the beach specifically, which would be a snapshot of everyone that would go to the beach. And now you take a snapshot of a population here in America, especially, of a random population at the same beach even. The body types, when I tell you the body types are completely different. Almost all men have boobs now, or some type of boobing happening. This is kind of a big deal because when I say all additives, preservatives, fragrances, and artificial colors, it's kind of a thing for things to be made out of the real ingredients these days. When it says made with real cheese, made with real this, made with real fruit, they tout it like it's a badge of honor. Look, we actually use real stuff, because the average stuff in the supermarkets don't. So what are they using to make these flavors if the actual food of that flavor is not in it? It's petroleum-based artificial flavors, colors, preservatives. It's in everything you eat if you're in a restaurant that's not fully organic and farm to table. Every prepackaged foods. When I'm talking about the Renews It plugins in the wall, I'm talking about your laundry detergent, all the fragrances in your deodorant, your shampoos, all the preservatives in makeup, all the your nail polish, all of this stuff, your lotions, the fumes coming off the plastic in your brand new cars, the toys. Okay, the containers we store are, even if it says BPA and paraben free, okay, it still has these chemicals. It's complex, and it's all estrogen. So, what do? This is not doom and gloom. This is not oh my God, look what's happening. No. This is an empowering thing. This is a thing that I keep saying over and over again. This is not what we're challenged with these days in our health is not a thing of access to money. It's not a thing of access to formal education. It's not a thing of culture. All of us are in it, and it's a thing of awareness. Be aware that this is what has happened, and this is what these industries have done. And once you're aware, now we can divert, avoid, skirt. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if that's made out of that, cool. Just don't participate. Don't buy it. No one is putting a gun to our heads and making us consume any of this. We are actually working hard and taking the money we worked hard for and spending it and buying these things deliberately. We don't have to do that. You can buy single thing that I mentioned that these things are made of. They were existing before there was petroleum and plastics. Everything about making your house smell good, preserving things, making your skin look good, all of those things existed before they were made out of petroleum. And there are people who are making them in their forms without petroleum these days too. Most of them are mom and pop businesses here on TikTok, which is why I love TikTok so much. There's a lot of people who make body butters, candles that don't have any of those artificial fragrances, hair stuff, home cleaning supplies, organic, even clothes, wax papers. But for example, my products, I'm a small business here on TikTok. All of my products that I sell are made in biodegradable plastic bags. Let me show you one. These are biodegradable. You can make plastic out of vegetables. This is made out of, I think, corn and a bunch of other things. And it's not perfect. They're getting the process down a little better, but there are alternatives both for the suppliers and manufacturers and the consumers. So I say buy local, buy small, buy from people who you know and you can vet that they actually they have integrity and they care and they're transparent about their suppliers and their supply chain. They're everywhere. When it comes to your house and your home, you can sweeten your home with boiling citrus peels with cloves and stuff, depending if you want something spicy. Eucalyptus is fresh and herby. There's just so many ways to be clean and fresh and beautiful. There's clean makeup lines. I'm going to start doing a series of videos where I get my makeup. I don't really wear a lot of makeup, but I like makeup and I like, decorating myself and stuff. You could do all of that. There's not a lot of them, but the more we demand them and the more we buy them, the more they'll show up. And the more people will have incentive to create them in the big stores. And we're seeing it because a lot of people are waking up and becoming aware and now demanding products that are not going to give their children cancer just because they're cheaper. They're willing to pay $1 more. for these, and I highly encourage it, because that $1 more or 50 cents more that you're paying for something organic or something 100% natural, you get it back, and you're going to have a longer life. You're going to have less medical expenses, less time sick off at work. It really pans out. And for the estrogen that's already in our body, okay, it can be detoxed easily. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as heavy metals. We can take detox baths. Clay, bentonite clay, sea salt, Epsom salt, all these things suck stuff out of our skin. Our skin is the third kidney, and these hormones can come out through that way. Also, make sure you do a really good internal cleanse seasonally, meaning every time your temperature changes or your climate changes, even anytime you're starting a new chapter in your life. You know, I say at least 4 times a year, if you, in this modern world, at least 4 times a year, take about 3 days to 7 days where you just eat raw, fresh vegetables and fruits, and do a lot of really good deliberate exercising, clear out the mind, the soul, the body, and make sure you poop for that time period, get it all out. The liver is what is the main organ responsible for flushing out these xenoestrogens that we're talking about today. So liver health is important, but of course you can't flush the liver unless the colon is flowing and open, okay? So we went over what they are, how they were created, how they got to us, where they are, how to avoid them, how to flush them out of your system. Oh, also, you can take activated charcoal internally. Every day, you a little bit at night in your water, in the morning. You can kind of take it any time of the day. Charcoal is awesome. They use it in hospitals for poison control. So you can also take bentonite clay internally a couple times a week, once a week. This world we live in, and it doesn't build up. I do want to say a little side note for the bentonite clay. Make sure that the source that you get is transparent, and they test their clay for heavy metals, and they have environmentally sound practices for getting the bentonite out of the earth, because that's a little bit of an issue. But the charcoal is kind of easy. You know, people use charcoal, wood fires everywhere, coconut shells for heat and fire as well, and that's the activated charcoal that we're talking about, that you would then take in turn. You can make your own charcoal, okay, and take that in turn, and have, everyone should have some charcoal on hand anyway for the family. That's another way to get it out internally. Also, castor oil packs are awesome for reversing the effects of excess hormones in the body. You just saturate a piece of cloth with castor oil. I sell castor oils on my castor oil packs on my website as well. And you just put it over the affected area, whether it be your breast, your womb, even the liver, okay? And that also helps to dissolve and detox the excess estrogen in the body. So like I said, this is a message of empowerment and good news. We can detox from this, and we can skirt it, and we can change the trajectory of our future. We can change the industry that we're in with the power of our dollar. I say we vote with our dollar. Vote with your dollar. When you buy, in this capitalist society, we can make a difference, the dollars that we spend and where we spend them. And I want to keep it short and sweet. So now let's see what questions we might have. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Just from petroleum-based products? No, you can actually, there's other things in nature that do have petroleum. But today, estrogen and excess estrogen and estrogen stimulating properties. But today I just wanted to really focus on petroleum-based estrogens in the environment, because they're just everywhere. It's like we're swimming in it, and it's too much. And it is more aggressive than the other types of estrogens in our environment and plants. I mean, they don't even compare to the Frankenstein Hulk, effects, aggressive bully. It's like a bully, these plastic sourced estrogens. They bully your body. Yeah, okay, epigenetics. Honey, turn them on. Use your epigenetic capacity to turn on your health and turn off the unhealth. In meditation, you can go into meditation, see a ladder. That's your genetic makeup. Ask the the steps in the ladder. Which ones y'all are causing this situation that I don't want? Flatten them, turn them off, and then speak to it again and say, which ones of you can repair this? And then light them up and turn them on. This is real. Okay. So what do we do? Okay. Yes, I hope I addressed that. I hope I answered that. What do you do? Avoid them. Detox from them and have new habits that are natural based, supporting the small businesses around you that you can vet and trust. And then share the news. Vote with your dollar. What do you place it with? Yes, I hope that okay, good. You got it. Okay, so yeah, that's the short and sweet presentation for today. Like I say, every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., I want to come with a little nugget to help us get a little bit more aware and empowered about how to navigate in this new world where we got to have to save ourselves and educate ourselves, and then tell our loved ones around us, hey, see that coming over there? Yeah, let's not do that one. Let's go around that one. And we can do it. And we're going to live longer, we're going to feel better, and we're going to heal. Okay, so now we come to the Q&A part. If anybody has any questions that I can either point you in the direction of or give you a direction, a little tidbit of what I might already have been exposed to information-wise, anything about yourself or your kids, herbs, natural treatments, I am available for you to pick my brain for the next couple of minutes. My green thumb. Do you think it's symbolic? I'm working on my green thumb. My metaphorical green thumb gardening, because I'm an urban kind of chick, and yeah. So when I picked this up, I all my pens are colored. All my pens are purple and green and pink. So yes, any questions? Going once, going twice. Can I help you with anything? I specialize in trying to point you to things that you probably already have in your life, in your room, in your kitchen, that you might be overlooking, that could really give you some help that you could use in a new way that we might not be aware of. Okay, and then remember also you can message me. I'm getting a lot of requests. It's hard to keep up, but I'm using them as inspirations for videos, so perhaps we can answer a bunch of people's questions at the same time. So yeah, you can anonymously ask me questions as well. 2LongLife2 is my business phone number. 2LongLife2. That's 256-645-4332, and I can address them on here as well. And yeah, that's about it. My green smoothies made with spinach, romaine, cucumber, ginger, and frozen berries. Am I missing anything? Honey, that sounds delicious. Yes. You could add sesame seeds to it if you like. You could add Irish moss to it if you like, that sea moss. But when I tell you, that sounds great. It sounds refreshing. It sounds very satisfying. I want to give you tomorrow, I want to go over some seed smoothie recipes. So we'll be in my kitchen again. And I want to, because the green juice is really cool, but you want to balance it with the good fats as well. The seed drinks have the fatty acids for the brain and the reproductive system, and all the coating for all of your nerves. It's made out of that good fats, fatty acids, the omegas, and all that good stuff. So we gotta, those two types of smoothies together in your life, you said, if you felt like losing weight, if you felt flushing a major condition, just drink those two types of smoothies alone for a period of time with exercise and mental regulation, mental makeover, spiritually align yourself, and you can come out of that with a brand new body, brand new outlook on life, a brand new testimony to how wonderfully we're made and how simple it can be to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you have sea moss. Awesome. Now then it's a complete meal. Now you got your protein, you got all your minerals, you got all your fiber, you got your enzymes. And High blood pressure. Okay, yeah. You got to take your time with the high blood pressure. It's not, I would recommend always making sure you have nutrition in your stomach. Don't fast until you get that taken care of. And that grapefruit juice and these green juices, they'll really help cleaning out that colon. I hope that the green juice is giving you the experience of some flushing too, because the more you clean out the colon, the less stress you put on all the other organs. And the blood pressure is dependent on healthy kidneys. So, grapefruit, fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, and tamarind and chia seed. Tamarind is found in a lot of Asian stores and Hispanic grocery stores. You can get the thick paste block is what I get, and I get it without the sugar and make I put my own honey and date or whatever in it, and whoa, that really really helps the kidneys and helps with the blood pressure as well. You're so welcome. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for keeping my company. If any of this resonates with you, please share it with everyone that you love. It's all hands on deck right now. Okay, we gotta take this. We gotta take this world and make it what we want it to be, and we can do it. Anyway, it's already happening. We don't really have a choice. These kids coming up in here, and they gonna make it right for us as well. So okay, unless there's any other questions, going once, going twice. Any other comments? Let me know. Like I said, you can reach out to me on my business phone or here in the messages. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Short and sweet. How do I keep so thin? Oh, I'm not. I have a high metabolism, and I like a lot of plants and fruits and vegetables. And I do eat fatty stuff, and I do eat junk food stuff, but I eat them with a lot of fiber, a lot of green juice and stuff, and I exercise a lot, and I have a tendency to that's opposite of people who so there's coping mechanisms that we have. That's why I say everything is spiritually based. So get down to the spirit of it in your belief system, and we can that with the diet like on top of it, like together. Oh my God, you can change. You can create whatever you want of yourself. And there's some people when they have stress in the world, they deal with it. They got to put a big boundary around themselves for safety. That's the main thing that's going on with obesity in my people right now. It's that safety, the want for safety. And then there's some people when they go through stress, they disconnect from life altogether, and they're like, bet, oh, this is going on, I'm not participating. And so they actually take leave, and those people, and actually they look real skinny. I happen to be the second of the second population where I'm like, oh, bet, oh, this is what's going on out here, I'm not participating. And then we're the type who, when we get stressed, we don't eat. We don't participate. Nah. So, yeah, I don't recommend it. I recommend the balance and doing things deliberately for health. But, yeah, I just want to... Every little thing you give me to inspire a little more tidbit of knowledge of how the body works, I'm going to take it. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great day. And see you tomorrow at 11. We're going to be talking about how to make these seed smoothies that are great for fatty acids and nourishing the brain, the reproductive system once we've cleansed all these things out. Okay? Bye. Have a great day. Happy equinox.